All right. We are loading up the game. I was doing some build guides and testing last night for many, many hours. All right. Whew. We are a little early. We are getting started here. Our goal today is to finish out the Curse of Rigel campaign. I need to convert my build for my mixologist to the one that I discovered last night. And I need to check some of my units here to see if I still need to work on them. Do you have... Okay, you're good. So I need to work on Romferwald, and I need to work on Kriegard. A couple of these units need better setups than what they currently have. Guess we'll work on this character first. So with this unit, I want the legendary sensor, wherever that is. Am I blind? There it is. I am blind. I am blind. Put the quartermasters on you. Has range on it, which really doesn't matter. Maybe I want crit. Let's go crit. What are we doing for helmets? That's a helmet, but I can't use that one. We'll use the gentleman's hood. Additional crit. Looking good, man. I need to put some layers into this unit. We need to respec this unit. Let's treat our wolf. Let's repair some of our people while we wait for other folks to mosey on in. You can't repair armor you don't have. And as far as I can tell, the werewolf transformations is not a strong part of combat. That's pretty lackluster. It'd be nice if the werewolves had their own tree or something, but you only get 2 skills, this rage attack and this monstrous roar. I was hoping to get the dash and a bunch of the other things that are available. But I don't seem to have it on this particular unit. Maybe if I get affected by normal werewolf, it'll be better. But this current werewolf is kind of worse than the character he was. I was hoping for a little bit better out of that. So he won't transform back until we rest. All right, let's get cracking. I think the first thing I want to do is go back to the Brotherhood training grounds. I believe at the end of the stream last night, we finished the hunt. So we hunted down the Rigel pack and we killed it. Now I want to go back to the Brotherhood training grounds, which might be this way. I've noticed that while you're in the Weald, you typically don't always get the right location from your marker. We'll see here in just a second. Aha, it worked. Let's get in here and rework one of these units. Grab these. We're going to respecialize our mixologist into a better build. Alrighty. So for our mixologist, we want him to have valorous audacity. We want him to be a mixologist. We want him to have bewitching inhalation, and we're going to upgrade that so that when we inhale, we get 2 more inhales. And then we're going to do regular cleaning. And then we're going to do unstoppable. We're going to do a class specialization. And the class specialization is going to be blowback, which is from the level 15. I'm getting a phone call. One moment. All right, I was on the phone. Sorry about that. Right now we're in the middle of respecking our mixologist to the build that I posted online. I put a build guide out for this particular class, and it is very strong. And we're in the process of working on that. This spear, the Gentleman's Partisan, it's kind of ass. The Liberator is better, so we're going to keep that. I was hoping that the Gentleman's Spear was going to be better than what it was, but It is not. So this guy, we need to put a helmet stamp in. What helmet stamp do we want? What helmet stamps do I have? Let's do Pirate's Lucky Charm. All right, so now this guy's going to increase his damage on crits. He's going to increase his damage every time he uses a skill, and he is going to absolutely decimate the battlefield. Exciting stuff. And what about this person? That's okay. This is fine for now. We need to get some oils for the legendary sensor, so I'll have to look at that later. Did they patch it so that the sensor is upgradable yet? No. Okay. That'll be a later patch. Oh, let's see. What are we doing? If you're just joining us, we are finished respecking our characters to the build that I had for the mixologist. Now we need to go back to the tracker's camp. And we also need to go back to Hosberg. And apparently we also need to go back to Munden Town for something. So let's work our way to the tracker's camp. Let's see what the reward is there. And then we're going to go back to doing the campaign. We'll probably go down to Hosberg, and then we'll probably do this. Find the missing fiance, and then we'll probably come back down to Munden Town. Finish up down there. All right, let's go. We are in the dark. Go some mushrooms. Get away from the eyes before they hit us with sanity damage. So I played offline for a little while. I didn't do anything more in the storyline or in the region. All I did was some combat testing with the mixologist and the healer classes, trying to understand how to use them a little bit better. We seem to be lost. Being lost in the Weald is not good. Where are we? We up against the wall? Huh. We are lost in the dark forests of Rigel. Rigel? I guess it's Rigel. We seem to be in trouble here. Fool's Rock. Okay. We found this landmark previously. We are... Instead of heading straight there, let's try just going north. Maybe we won't get lost if we just go through the forest. A lot of people have been asking me about what I think about the... Oh god, we are caught. Damn. We'll kill these guys. People have been asking me what I think about the DLC. It's pretty good. People were kind of surprised that I put out a build guide so quickly, but I did a couple of hours worth of testing across the 5 subclasses for the Thaumaturge, and I think I came up with some pretty nasty builds. The dev team on the Discord for Wartales has addressed the load time issues like the one we're seeing here for combat, and a few of the quality of life stuff and the navigation on the overworld being kind of laggy and stuff. So they're looking into all these problems. They kind of know about them. So, like I said, there's going to be a few patches for the first week or so. This is my healer. We probably don't want the healer in the middle of all this. We do, however, want our mixologist to take care of all this. And if you've never seen a mixologist do its thing, well, buddy, do I have something to show you. Mixologists are pretty nasty. They're quite a good class. I didn't quite understand the class yesterday at the start of the stream when I was first looking at everything. But now that I've had some hands-on experience with mixologists, they are disgusting. They're the kind of class you want to take into battle if you have a surplus of valor points. Kestrel over here and Embert over here. Tyrion, you're fine. Romanor, we'll put you here, I guess. Healers are interesting, but they kind of fall off in the late game. The cook hat feels quite nice on the Thaumaturge early. Yeah, he's cooking, man. Speaking of that chili powder. Let's see here. I think what we'll do is we will start with nice large smack to the face. 6 enemies hit here. Killing one of them. Come on in. Shoot these 4. Quadra kill. Sure, we'll come over here and we will orderly these guys. And we'll just pass. Next up, I'll use the mixologist and show you what that looks like. Now that we have some valor points. My werewolf is the cook. The Thaumaturge is the scholar with the cook hat. Nice. So this mixologist, let's fix his skills now that he's been reworked, is awesome. So what we do is we inhale, huffing that sweet good, and then we're gonna come in here. We right click on purge, we can see exactly who we can hit here. And as long as this unit is standing next to enemies, as long as his hitbox is touching other enemies, we can hit 3 times for every single unit in this circle. Just absolutely crushing folks. Deleted everybody. Every single one of those people are dead. Let's run over here. Let's move in. We're going to inhale. Actually, we're going to throw a bomb first. Let's throw a bomb. Take that, suckers. Now we're going to inhale. Now we're going to exhale and purge. Absolutely deleting folks. Move in a little further. I guess we'll throw poison at this guy. Looks like it might hit my other dude too. Maybe I hold off. Because if you throw the pathogenic concoction, it hits all allies and all enemies in the area. I don't think I want to do that. Instead, we'll just Back up. Actually, won't even back up. We'll just come down here. And we want to end our turn next to an enemy because we get a Valor point, and we also have Toxic Miasma, which any unit standing next to this guy at the end of my turn will get 6 poison stacks. That guy just killed like 12 or 15 people or something like that. I don't even know. I wasn't keeping track. He killed a lot of folks. Let's see here. All my good units are down here now. You're collecting your Viking or your what is it called? Yeah, your Viking lore. Ouch. So the weird thing about the knights is the knights don't engage you. You have to engage the knights. They don't engage you even if they hit you. Which is weird. It's very weird that they don't engage you. We're full Valor points right now. Dodge his attack. Unfortunately, the werewolves are kind of trash in the late game. Yeah, Mixologist is broken. It's so good. With a tight knit of enemy units, you can do all kinds of goofy stuff with a Mixologist. That guy is confused. We're going to pass turn and headbutt him. My tavern is called Valhalla. Nice. I like the references. And it's cool that you can do that kind of stuff with this game, with this kind of a game. Swap weapons, reload. Start blasting. One down. Two down. Let him go. Yeah, Mixologist is kind of gross. I do want to get a gentleman, though. If I can. Gentlemen seem to be very good. All right, we are out of the Weald. Let's go here. We need to stop at Alor Town and get more medicine. We'll do that while we're here. We'll also repair our stuff. Because we need... I'm sorry, what is this? You have a locked cellar, sir? You don't. What you got in here, buddy? Asking for a friend. Come on, where's the sweet spot? There it is. What you got down here? Ooh. Lots of villager stuff. Another locked chest. What you got here, bud? 30 magazines? Kind of smut do There's a blacksmith like hinges and nails, rivets of the future. What is this? Explosive transformation solution. When this lycanthrope unit's armor is destroyed, they transform and gain fury. So they automatically transform when the armor goes. Interesting. And their Lighteric's HP is like 1900 when he transforms. He is a tanky boy. Clogs for charity, huh? Check out the church. Who are you? Fuck you too, buddy. Damn. Good luck getting murdered in the wild when I see you. Apothecary's office. Talk to you. I want to whoop that ass is what I want. Let's create some remedies. Okay, we got a free vial. That's cool. Create the partial. Ours glowworms. Interesting. We need oils. We need explosive oil could be interesting. Let's do brave oil. This is for our legendary sensor. And let's do not conversion oil. Sharpening oil. That's what it was. Okay, now we can come over here, talk to Kriegard, give them the oils. We want brave oil, so they generate valor points whenever they use a skill, and we want sharpening oil for increased crit damage. Target weak points. The first time this unit attacks an engaged unit applies vulnerability, which is fine. And my mixologist has like 94% crit chance, I think. Yeah, 94%. It's a lot. Go to the tavern. There's no embassy or emissary here. So we can't do missions. Let's go to the tracker's camp and see what the reward is for getting the ghost pack out of the way. And then we're going to the next story location. You're on your own there. Ooh. Talk to these guys. These are Alizarian plague doctors. Okay. All right. I figured they would have like a new recipe on them. I was hoping to get the excruciating oil there, because sometimes they do have patterns on them. In this case, they don't. Alrighty. Talk to the master tracker. We got a Lair of the rat? I already know this recipe. Well, balls. I was hoping for some new cool pattern, but that is not the case here. Bummer. The rat pack, man. There's something down here. Let's go this way. Where are we going right now? Let's go here. This is the closest. Whoa. A castle. We gotta see what's this. Count's Castle. Ooh, a forge. Okay. Talk to the Count. The Count is not here. Is this old? Okay. Advisor? Okay. Man, this smooth brain's got great ideas. Let's just murder folks and make the problem go away that way. Well, the castle is very out of touch with the problems of the world. Osberg's down here at the end of this. I'm guessing with these spikes here, they act as a wall and I can't piton down. It's too far even there. These knights are trying to come at me, bro. Can I piton down into the weald here? Terrain is not stable enough. Okay. It's kind of a twisty, turny little area. Go north. See if we can go through the weald. Talk to these guys. Nah. All right. We'll inspect this stone. Okay, some free stuff. I'll take it. We are pretty much exclusively going through here with no light. If I find a glowworm, I'm going to turn my light on and see if it disappears. When the eyes start popping up, if you get far enough away, they won't hit your sanity. And if you run into these black things, they take away your sanity. Is that a glowworm? That looks like a glowworm, right? It is a glowworm. If I turn my light on, it goes away. If I turn my light off, it reappears. Okay. So you can only find the glowworms at night, which makes sense. We need the glowworms for patterns. We've lost our way. I don't know where the trail is. There it is. We've lost sanity. Here's some glowy mushroom stuff. What is this? Hold up, what is this? Grab these nuts. There's a lot of stuff here. Oh god, I just noticed. I thought you were part of my troop, to be honest. We're gonna murder you guys. We'll keep murdering these knights and get our crime and chaos up while we do that. For tanks, which attribute is best for taking after speed? For tanks? It really depends on what you're trying to do with the tank. Are you just trying to soak damage? Because if that's the case, you want Constitution. Do you want them to be a brawler where they can actually do damage? Then you want Strength. Do you want them to crit and do low damage? You can go Willpower or Critical Hit. It really depends on what you want to do with the character. The game is so versatile. There's no like, this is how you do it. There's a variety of things you're capable of doing. Let's put you over here, I guess. And we'll put Stan over here. Blast those fools. And where is our mixologist? There he is. Pretty good spot for him. Let's start off by getting some Valor points. I'm going to swap weapons, reload, swap weapons. I'm going to come in here. And we're just going to start blasting folks. All right. Pass. That guy doesn't go anywhere. Wolf goes in. Fights, kills an archer. So the DPS, Berserker, Executioner, Strength goes or crit. You want crit to be like 50, 60% after all of your buffs. After that, I would say go Strength. On Berserkers, you want to keep enough Strength so that you're still killing units with your combos. With Executioners, even small hits doesn't matter because the oils are what does the bleeding and is what's killing people. So even if you're doing 10 damage a hit, you're still going to be killing folks. So my guy currently has 170 strength, 15 willpower, 76 critical hit, and 18 movement. If that helps, try hard. Let's get in here with the mixologist because the new classes are broken. You've never seen a mixologist. Buckle up. I put a build guide out on this last night. People were very confused as to why there's a build guide already, but we're going to inhale. And as long as we're standing next to enemies, we get triple hits. Say goodbye to this entire group. This guy survived to tell the story. That's fine. We're not going to be able to get to the next group, unfortunately. So we will back up. We'll throw our pathogenic poison, hitting this guy with 4 poison, 4 corrosion, bleeding, burning, and now we're going to come over here and stand next to him, and we're going to end our turn. It's going to add 6 more poisons because we have 6 stacks of toxic miasma, which give poison to everything around us at the end of our turn. So now he has 10 poison, 4 corruption or corrosion, bleeding, and burning. So he's pretty much dead if he does anything from 100% HP. Because burning is 20% of his maximum HP, bleeding is 25%, and then 10 poison stacks is 60% of his HP because I have poison, burning, and bleeding mastery. So he's dead. Let's see. What else do I want to do here? That inhale purge combo isn't mixologist specific, though, is it? No. The healer has a purge combo as well. I'll show you that here in just a second. If I can find him. Where's he at? Is he over here too? Of course he's over here too. So with the healer, this class is mainly for healing, but since I have the perseverance, it turns my support into nuking. So the way that this guy works is I inhale, drawing support from all of my allies in the area, and it converts that support into damage. So if I come over here, I'm going to throw my bomb. Now I can purge here, and it's going to empower my allies and damage my enemies. So I'm just going to blast these guys. This is a healer. Typically, this unit has no offensive capabilities, but because I have the legendary sensor, it turns all of my offense or all of my support skills into offense and converts that into damage using the perseverance. So whenever I inhale, all of the allies around me within 4 meters heal 20% of their maximum hit points. So if anybody's hurt, that's an AoE heal just by inhaling. And then when I purge, it deals damage to the enemies for each buff of support that I have. And when I inhale, it supports from each allied unit in the area. And then I can inhale twice I can inhale one time to have a chain heal that will shoot out like chain lightning for healing. That heals 50% of maximum HP on an ally and removes all of their debuffs. And then it bounces to a closest ally within 6 meters. So this typically, if without the perseverance, without this legendary sensor, he is just a healer, no damage to enemies whatsoever. But because I have the legendary sensor, it now converts him into a damage dealer. And currently none of my allies are hurt. So I'll just go stand next to this wolf and get a valor point. We'll inhale. Pass. But if something did catastrophic damage to my entire team, this unit, the healing unit by itself, could walk around inhaling, healing all of my units in a group. And then I could also chain heal anybody that's close to death. So that guy just burned to death because he had 10 stacks of poison, burning, corrosion, and bleeding. So he just exploded after his turn. He literally exploded. I really like attacking Hackert. It's rude. I should try to capture this gentleman. The gentleman class has warning. When this unit ends turn, while not engaged in combat, nearby allies gain riposte. And the nearby radius on this is huge. So I think I want to capture this guy. Let's see if I can capture him. Nope, I killed him. Whoops. Too much damage. I may have forgot about that. I forgot about Dre. Ow. That's all of my armor. Rude. Namira. We're going to run over here, girlfriend. Just one peg off. Hey, Haka. I don't read, I think, Russian? Sorry. We killed the boss. That'll end the fight. Okay. We got a couple of 2-star items. We got a new shield. None of these items are any good. Take them for breaking down later, I guess. Yeah, Mixologist, I think, is the most offensive class out of all of these new classes. This one gives allies attacks of opportunity, which is pretty good. Boop. Grab this stuff. What is this? Weird stones. Interesting. Let's go here. This direction. We got seasoning. Woodland Beacon. We need a crude key. I thought he would have been the one to kill her. Look at his clothes, they're all tattered. Okay. I do not understand Russian, Haka. Sorry. I'm a very white boy from the south of the USA, where Russian is non-existent. So we need to go find the crude key. What is this burning thing here? Villagers were participating in the search. While searching their remains, your companions find a broken lantern. Okay. Well, that didn't work out for them. let's see if we can get our bearings here. Let's go for that location. Apparently it's to the south. Very easy to get turned around here. Let's go this way. Have I found any censorship? Do they all do the miasma thing? So, have I found any other sensors? The only sensors in the game right now that I know of are the ones you get from the knights. So, the tactical fog sensors. These apply relentless to allies in the area. If 2 inhalations were consumed, then it also applies weakening when you purge. So this one, you inhale, you get damage reduction for you and your team. Well, just for yourself, I guess, unless you spec into AoE protection. But this one, you get damage reduction when you inhale, and when you purge, you give attacks of opportunity to attacking units in the area. How do I like the expansion in the new class? The one that can kill half the squad single-handedly? It's good. I enjoy it. The knights use tactical fog. The crafted sensors are the ones for damage, and they give fumigation, which deals 162 damage to units in the area, and gives you toxic miasma when you inhale, which gives you, when you stand next to people at the end of your turn, you put poisons on them, whether they're friend or foe. And then the legendary sensor, it takes your support classes that put buffs on allies and converts those into damage. So I put this on my healer. So now my healer, every time he inhales, heals in an area of effect, and then he can do a chain heal, and then when he purges, he blasts everybody in the area for a bunch of damage, and all my allies in the area get bonuses as well. So they're all pretty strong. It just depends on what kind of class you want. Do you want a damage dealer? Or do you want a support class? And do you want your support class to be like utility based with attacks of opportunity? Or do you want it to be a healer? Or do you want it to be something else? Among the courts is a lycanthrope wearing Brotherhood armor. So they've infiltrated the Brotherhood. You saw your video about the new class. You loved it. Thank you. Yeah, I did a couple hours of messing around with all the subclasses, and it's very strong. Shove over. Yeah, I just converted my guy to the mixologist class in the video at the beginning of this stream. Give me that glowworm. Oh, that was a hallucination. Wow. Okay. Wait, we got to find something. I got to follow her perfume. Watch out for the eyes. Grab this stuff here. We do have our science cooking. So the next time we rest, oh, wow, we can't go down here. Can I use a piton? Place a piton? Ah, we're at a frozen glade. Look at this thing. This is nice. Why is it frozen? You don't understand everything I say. Okay. Well, thank you for tuning in from Russia, Aka. I appreciate that. Two guys and a lycanthrope walk into a bar? This mutilated corpse is all that's left of the most beautiful woman in Hosberg. Oh no. We're just going to fish. We're not even going to talk to these. I don't even have an angler. We can't fish. Grab this hemp. PoE 2 patch comes out today. Am I excited? It's going to be fun. He was also a wolf. Is that a werewolf captured by one of my companions? No. You cannot capture werewolves, Noah. You can only get infected by a werewolf, and then you become a werewolf if you don't cure yourself. This guy's beat up. Braided amulet. Wow, we got scoundrels. So we got bandits and lycanthropes here. And we've only got this dude. Okay. We've got one dude as an ally. What we're going to do is when we start the fight, we're going to tell our ally to stay put so he doesn't die. Oh, never mind. He's also a wolf, duh. So if you didn't know, you can click on your allies and you can tell them what kind of behavior to have. So right now he's on attack, but we can also tell him to defend. So he just stands here and holds his ground. Or we can tell him to flee. So let's just tell him to stand ground so he doesn't get murdered by accident. It helps to prevent you from having to rerun missions where people run in and die like idiots. Let's do... We got 39 enemies right now. Let's start off with our archer. Come down here, do tactical order. Over here, shoot this wolf. The question is, where can you find the larva of the dwarf lily? The little glowworm larva? I don't know if I've found any dwarf lily. So that's a great question. I don't know. Let's move in. Attack this unit. 69 damage. Nice. Disengage. Attack of opportunity. Come over here. Kick. Pass. He attacks my healer. Okay, that's rude. Wolf on wolf action. That's hot. Scare the werewolf with my big wolf. Namara.